Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here again. So we're expecting a package from Pecron. They sent us another package to check out. We did order the E3600 LFP, by the way, and we're going to build the entire set. We want to be the first people to have it, not for YouTube videos, for my own self, because then I can have, ourselves, then we can have 15,000 watt hours in one system, and that'll run the entire workshop.
Honey,
so, yeah.
Honey.
Oh,
the
Mrs.
delivery dude just dropped something off.
Oh, delivery dude is
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
guys. Okay, so
Look,
Mrs.
guess
Ramblin
what it is.
Bob's here. What is it? What is it?
It's a box.
It's a box.
Yeah.
Who's it from? Oh, what is this? It says DC 1242. Who's this from? Oh, it's Pecron. There we go, guys. Pecron. So yeah, this is actually what I was waiting for.
Oh, really?
Perfect timing. Okay.
And it feels kind of heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy. It is
Yeah.
heavy. What do you think that is?
A box.
I don't recognize the model number, so 500. Do you think that's a charger?
I don't know. Open it and find out.
Yeah. Oh, that Oh, guys, I was supposed to get this charger last month. If this is the charger, I was supposed to get it last month.
No spoilers.
Let's see. Okay, no spoiler. Here. Can you open it? Can you open it? I got this one. Okay, I got half. Oh yeah, look at it. It's a charger, guys. It's a charger, guys.
Yeah, it's a charger.
Look at
I'll
that.
get the other side.
Oh yeah, see here, DC 1242. Oh, I see. Okay, so DC 12 volt up to 42. So this is basically a step-up voltage increaser here. Yeah. Oh, look at
Pecron.
look at all the cables they give you. Holy crap, Zilla, that's a lot of cables.
Dear Pecron, you did really good on the tape.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did. Oh, I hear it. Look at this, guys.
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah, that is for you. Look at
That's
this.
for me.
I'll upload. If I didn't upload this already, guys, I'll upload this.
Yeah.
There's only 6 pages, so very simplistic. Well, I was waiting for this. Okay, so this is obviously a car battery, or what we wanted to do in the past was try to figure out a way to get like a server rack, big stack or something like that, and then connect that into like a charger, and then put it this way without purchasing an all-in-one. That way we can have a backup. But because all-in-ones are very expensive. All right, so let's see, 12-month warranty. All right, I'll leave that for you.
Yeah.
Let's see what they give. There's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, look, you got a screwdriver. You got a baby screwdriver. And
That's full size. Maybe you're just a giant.
That's possible.
Yeah.
That is possible.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that's a heavy, guys. That is a heavy cable. Feel this cable once. It's
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
It also has here. Let's pop this open,
That's
guys.
a braided on. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's twist this open here. Yeah. Wow. That's really a heavy-duty cable. It's got the fuse built in. Look at that inline fuse. That's nice. I wonder what. Does it have a rating on it? Nope. That looks like a big chunky fuse, though, doesn't it? Wow.
It's heavy.
Yeah, that is a very heavy
like
cable.
The braided part like that.
Yeah, that's nice. You know, it looks nicer. I mean, most of it's hidden under the dashboard, but you know, if you look under there, it looks nice. Or get rid of this. I think Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat heard that we opened a box or something.
Yeah,
because I see her in the background. And then you got this one, which is the actual system. So there's not much to the... Guys, it's very simplistic looking. I wanted to test this a while. Like I said, either I wanted to have this somehow go from... you want to see if Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat want to sit in that one?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
That's her box.
She likes it this way.
Okay. Is there a front and a back to it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like an apartment building?
No.
Maybe she does. Okay, let's check out.
No.
While we're waiting for Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat. Guys, this is a heavy cable. Like, it's not a joke. That is really heavy. Holy cow. So, that's definitely a good sign. Well, it's not a cheapie. Okay, let's see what we got in here. This is the, this looks like a baby charging brick here, but if this can put out a 500 watt, up to 500 watts, I'd be curious to try. Oh, here's Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat. Okay, let's see. So she's got a new box here, and that's her thing, is she tests out all the boxes and makes sure that they're good. Oh, she likes it. She's sitting. Okay. She's gonna be there the whole thing. Another one of these cable wraps, guys. So these are cool, guys. If you get these, don't throw them away. You can use that for all kinds of stuff around the house. You can put anything. You can put your utensils when you go camping, and put them all together. Just anything. You can use those for literally anything. And to roll them up, guys, if you just go like this and you roll them up, we had hundreds of these at one time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Holy cow. And then you just kind of, oh, there she goes. And you just kind of roll them up like this, guys. And then you can just kind of pop them somewhere, like pop them over there somewhere. And then they'll pretty much stay wherever, you'll leave them like that. They're all, Velcroed shut. Can you grab the scale, the big one from probably the office box there?
Okay.
and then we're gonna see. So here's the system, guys. I've really been waiting for this a lot. Simple on-off button, very, very simplistic. Here's your output, and it's already MC4, so you don't have to monkey around with it and mod it. You know, when you get anything with MC4, guys, make sure these are snug. You know, just in case. Better safe than sorry. Okay, and then I want to weigh this, guys. I just want you, like, it's hard for me to explain to you guys how much this weighs on video if I just hold it, but I'll guarantee you that is heavy. What do you think that weighs?
A lot.
God, it feels more than 5 pounds, don't it? Jeez Louise. All right, so let's see. Let's put this on the camera here. Oh, she is look how happy she is. She is happy. Okay, she's not looking at the product though, guys. She don't care about the product. She's looking at the other. Oh wait. Oh, see, I said something.
You called her out.
Uh oh. Okay, let's move the box out. Here's a.
She heard you.
Here's a rambling bobcat here. Okay. Let's do on. All right, it'll tear itself here. Hopefully you guys can read that. If you can, I'll try to zoom in. All right, let's see what that weighs. That is 1,328 grams. Holy cow. So how do you do pounds here? Okay, here's pounds. You ready? 1,300. How many pounds do you think that is?
A lot.
God, that's more than 5 pounds, I thought. Let me see. Oh, no, only 2.8. Boy, that feels heavy. That's 2.8 pounds. That feels like 5 pounds.
You're getting weak over here.
I'm telling you, guys, if I had this for like car amps back in the days, I would not complain. I'll tell you that. Doesn't that feel thick? And it's got the inline fuse built in, and then here you got the XT60.
Oh.
That's already in there. Ooh, is that any Audi? Let's see. Oh, I was hoping you could pop that out. That way you could swap them.
Yeah.
That almost looks bigger. I don't know if that's it looks like XT60, but boy, that looks big, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if do we have anything with the XT60? Look for an XT60 port. Let's see here. XT60. I think the only one we have would be the E1500 LFP. So, yeah, we don't have anything that's on the table that we can check. I'm pretty sure. You know what? Let's look in here. It looks like an XT60. It just looks big, probably because this is the female side. So the female side always looks bigger than the male side.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Right?
I guess so. I don't.
I don't
Oh no! See, XT90.
Oh.
See? Okay, so it is big. I thought it was bigger. Yeah, guys, that's XT. That's even better. That is a very high quality port. XT60 was good. Oh, look at that. They wrote it right there. Oh. Look at that, guys. It says XT90 right there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I did notice that it just seemed bigger, right?
Yeah,
The ports seem really big. Guys, that's nice. No more XT60 even, so we're going to jump right into XT90. So my idea was either you can put this in an RV or a van or something like that, and I can't wait to start testing this in the next video. Boy, this I've been waiting for, guys. So these are your rings, okay, and the rings, and like I said, it has a built-in fuse. I like that a lot. How do you open it though?
You open it?
Is it like a clicker? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so here's your fuse.
Oh.
And that fuse, now I don't know how easy that would be to replace, guys.
I'm confused.
Yeah, or you could replace that with another inline fuse. You could just buy whatever the amps are. This one you could just replace it with that because it's just a standard fuse, right?
I said I'm confused.
You are confused.
That was get it fused.
Oh, I get it, guys.
Oh, I'm gonna go sit down.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So this pops off here, guys. That way you can actually take the fuse off. So this goes in this little hole right here, guys. And then I don't know. Can you see that? It's got to go inside there. Boy, that's hard to put back in there. Yeah. And then you put that back on there, and then you pop it down. So if you do end up popping that, guys, you push that through there. I think it's through.
Just want to know.
Yep, it's through. Okay, there you go.
Just want to know what the small screwdriver's for.
That is to set the voltage. I was reading about this.
You were reading?
Yeah, I also, I was watching Jason Roy's channel too. So this small thing right here is so you can twist this little guy. You remember how we used to twist the batteries?
Yeah.
So this will start at either 12 volts, blah, 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 all the way up to, like, I think I would do 14.
So that's what it charges it to, or?
No, this is when it starts charging.
Oh.
Yeah, so you could put it all the way down to 12, and that way it'll literally knock your battery out. You don't want that. No. So we want to have it to 14. That way, whenever you're driving, whatever the voltage of your alternator goes above 14, it'll charge to the power station.
Oh, I get
If it drops less than that,
it doesn't take
it turns it off. That way, if you have a problem with your alternator, you'll know right away because nothing's charging.
Yeah.
So it's almost like an alternator tester too, in a way. Because like I said, if you have it set, make sure you set it to the right one for your application, guys. Look how big it is. Now I can tell that's an XT60 or an XT90. Look at how big that is.
Yeah.
That's much bigger. Yeah. So it's very simple, guys. So this part goes in.
Extra big.
Yeah, extra big ass Ferraris. I can't believe that is as thick as that. Look, it's like a mesh. It's 2 heavy duty cables here with a lot of silicone, a lot of cable covering. Wow. And then it's meshed covered, so that way it looks nice and keeps them together. That way they don't look so kind of messy. And that red sticks out really, you know, like big if you have that inside it, like an RV where it looks nice and everything. And then you just plug this right in here.
I think I get it.
Right? Pretty simple, right?
So wait.
And you plug it in like that.
So if I understand this right, this part, these go on your battery in your car, right?
Yep, so these go on the terminals of the battery, yep.
And then that goes like in there, and then you plug that into the power station, right?
It's that easy.
And so then when you're driving, it also charges your power station.
There you go. Only, and the way I have it set now to 14 volts.
So only when it's...
Only when you're traveling.
Yeah.
So that way, if for some reason, like say you're coming home and your voltage drops, like say you have your air conditioning on and your headlights and your heater, or you know, just everything, not your heater and air conditioner at once, but say you have a bunch of stuff, your windshield wipers, your headlights, your air conditioning.
It's nighttime, it's raining, and you're hot.
Yeah, so you're pushing your alternator really hard, so it might drop it down to like 13.9 to 14, you never know.
Yeah.
Right? A really good alternator will keep it above. That way you can set it to like, is there a 14, what's the highest setting? It's 14? 12, 13. So 14, it looks like the highest, guys. So the lowest is about 12. So that way you can pull it off a 12-volt battery, like, you know, standalone 12-volt, up to 14. I would keep it up to 14 volts. Now, wait a minute. This says, 14 volts to 28. So I would do 14 to 28 because, which I have it set to number 5. But, you know, everyone's different. Everyone's different, guys. So I would set it to 14 to 28. That way it only turns on if the alternator is good. Because a battery doesn't reach 14 volts by itself. It cuts off at about 12.8. So that way you know that only when the battery is charging will you pull energy from the alternator as opposed to from the battery. You do not want to kill your battery. No. Because then you're stranded or stuck, you know, so you don't want
And then your alternator got to do double work trying to charge your battery, and then that takes it off the battery, so it's working hard to do both. Right?
Yeah, and if something happens to your battery, you know, this would still charge the power station, but it won't charge your battery. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, like, or if your battery is bad sometimes, guys, you'll see your voltage go, like, really high. You know, spike to, like, 15 something. That's because it has a bad cell or something, or a bad battery, and it's trying to charge this. Or, like, notice when you go out and start your car in the cold, sometimes it gives extra volts because it has to, you know, it wreaks havoc on a battery cold. Cold is not a good thing for batteries, you know. Now they're trying to get that better, you know, but it is what it is with batteries. Like lithium iron phosphate batteries aren't supposed to be below 32 anyway. Yeah. But lithium ion can go all the way to -4. Yeah. But you're not going to want to charge, probably, I'm guessing, lithium ion with this. You might. I don't know. I think this is made for all lithium ions, or, see, okay, it doesn't say, but we only have lithium iron phosphate on most of ours. We have a few that have lithium ion, but I don't know if they could have an input like this. But so this goes on the positive, of course. The red is the positive. That's why it's fused. You know, the side that's always fused is the energy that's going in, and then the energy coming back would be negative. So you take off your little terminals, you pop them on. Sometimes they have the wing nuts. Sometimes they have an actual nut that you have to screw on there, and then you could put that to your car. And then you have, how long is the cable? Does it say how long the cable is? I'm gonna guess. Let me take a guess while you're doing that. This looks like, I would say, by 15 feet, 12 feet, something like that. It looks pretty long, guys. So let's see here. I do the old-fashioned method. Is toe to head is 6 feet, and then I do that. So I would say this is probably 15 feet. Does it say how long it is?
I'm not seeing it, but
okay,
you know.
that's 12, and oh wow, that's 12 and 5. So what is that? 17? It's probably about 18 feet then. Okay, wow, guys, this is a really heavy-duty cable. Do you see the length of the cable anywhere in there? No?
This is I don't know if this is approximately 5 meters?
Okay, yeah, 5 meters is 15 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was a little bit over. Okay, so maybe I'm shrinking. I thought I was 6 feet. Maybe I'm shrinking, guy. All right, so, yeah, maybe I'm shrinking.
This is approximately, though, so.
Yeah, well, this one seems longer. Maybe, you know, maybe they approximate, you know, like the machine just chops them. Yeah. Like randoms, you know?
Yeah.
But
this is approximate, so we're going off approximates over here, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so about 15 feet plus on the cable. Now that is enough to get through the firewall or underneath the frame into the bottom into an RV. I think that's far enough back because, let's see, a hood is probably what about 4 or 5 feet to the battery, and then you have an extra 9 or 10 feet inside plus you know, a foot or two if it. This seems longer than 15, but that'll be able to get it, like, you know, possibly in the beginning or the halfway. If you have a smaller RV or a van, you can go underneath the bottom, and then you can, you know, use those little twist tie thingies, a zip ties. Use the zip ties. Use heavy duty ones, guys, and you can run along maybe the frame of the vehicle, and then up inside like an access, you know, port that you could drill in there, like we did for the solar panels. So they come out the bottom, so that way you don't have holes in the top of your van or your RV. That way you don't have water coming in. But yeah, guys, this is a monster cable. It really is.
Yeah, it even says, I'm reading the instructions over here.
Okay.
In the warnings, it says, make sure the car is started before turning on the car charger.
Yeah, guys, that's a monster thing here, guys.
Prevent the car battery from entering an under voltage protection state due to insufficient supply voltage. So it's like you said earlier.
Yep. Yeah, you do not want to run a car amplifier for audio or anything big like that when the car is off, or you're just asking for trouble. Because, like I said, if this little device here were to drain your car battery, guess what? You ain't going nowhere.
I also learned that it has an on and off button, so.
Yep, the on and off is here.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I saw right away. It's a nice big silver, simple, and it's kind of recessed. Like, here, push it once. You have to really push it.
Oh,
See how it's kind of like inny?
Yeah.
So that way you can't accidentally bump it.
Yeah.
It's flush this way, but you have to really push in a lot to get it to click. As you can, I don't know if you can see that, guys, but it's really kind of inside there.
Oh, look at it.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got a fan on it too.
Yeah, it says it's fan cool.
Oh, that's it, guys. That is a huge update. Oh, and look at that, another fan.
Yeah, it said it's.
Holy crapzilla, guys! You have an innie and an outie on a fan, so that's really nice because when you step up voltage like that, you generate a lot of heat. A lot of heat on the board.
It says a heat sink and I guess they're called heat sinks.
Yep, the heat sink and then the fan on top of the heat sink.
Yeah.
This whole thing, because it's aluminum, can act as a heat sink. But yeah, I see the aluminum silver heat sink in there. Can you see that? All that silver in there. Yeah, see it way back in there? Mm-hmm. That's a heat sink, and that's, you know, same as do you remember the car amplifiers for the stereos and stuff?
Yeah.
It has the same thing, but being that this is aluminum, that acts as a heat sink as well. So yeah, good job, Pecron. You got a fan in and a fan out, and that way you can cool this puppy down. Because like I said, you generate a lot of heat when you step up voltage or step down voltage.
Do not block the fan vent when the car charger is working. It says do not block the do not block the fan vent when the car charger is working.
Yeah, that's an obvious, guys. You don't want to put stuff in front of it. And
that's how I knew it had a van.
Oh yeah, fair enough. And you see these here? So these are mounting points. So all you have to do is you can mount that on, like, say, if you have an RV or underneath the dash somehow, you can drill that in there and put bolts. If you have an RV and you can use screws or whatever, bolts are probably more secure. But if you have like a section that's kind of wood or something like that, try to put this on something that's not wood though, because remember, it can get warm. Yeah, it can get warm. So if you're gonna put it on something like that, try to put, you could real simply like put like an extra nut on this side, and what that would do is put a spacer between the wall and this thing, and that way you have airflow up the back of it.
That's good, then it breathes.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, same with a power station. You don't want to put it right up against the wall because it can't really breathe that good. It needs airflow, guys. So you know, you don't want to have it overheat or anything. But so basically it'd be like this. So say this was a nut, right, and you put that there. So then when you put the screw through, okay, hopefully you can see this, guys. When you put the screw through, see how you see that spacer? Right? So then when you put it up against the wall, like say you put this in the wall, bop, 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 and then see that space it just created? That allows air to flow up the back, and that whole thing will cool down that way. And like I said, this is all, this feels like aluminum, so that way this won't get warm.
Yeah.
They have the same in, let me show you one other technology, guys, real quick here. So this is similar to what this is as far as the cooling, except this has a fan. This is for an M.2. Right, a little baby hard drive. We call them gum sticks. So these are so small now, guys, when you turn them sideways, they literally disappear. So this is what is this? This is 128 gigs. And when you go like this, look at it. Literally
Wait,
almost.
where'd it go?
Yeah, it literally disappears, right? It turns into what we call a gum stick. That's what we always call, you know, these.
They don't taste good though. Don't chew on them.
Yeah, don't eat them.
Yeah.
They're hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the really old gum.
It'll hurt your teeth.
It's like an old gum that you get in
the baseball cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't eat the M.2s, guys. But
or the baseball gum.
yeah. So see, this would heat up.
Oh.
So when you have this, if you have this in your pocket or your pouch or your wherever,
yeah.
Or under something, this heats up and generates a lot of heat in there. It's already has a lot of heat, so you're generating more. So where this does is that little spacer where you keep that like this, keep it away from the wall. I think that's a very good addition, see? And then here's your wall right here, see? So that would keep, see that? It
and
would
then
keep
the space would
all cool down. Yeah, so you have the airflow up the back. So yeah, think about that, guys. You know, when you hook a car amp, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they put the amplifier, you know, 1,000 or 2,000 or, you know, God forbid, up to 5,000 watts of power for, I don't know how they hear anymore, but you know, being a sound guy for almost 30 years, playing with sound, 5,000 watts or, you know, anything more than 1,000 in a car, that'd make it go deaf, you know. But they always mount these right to the kicker boxes. And two of the biggest problems with that is vibrations. You don't want this to have any extra vibration. So when it's on a kicker box, every time the sub, it hits like that, it puts the vibrations directly into it. So you can put like a little silicone rubber spacer in there, and that would kind of eat up some of the vibrations if you're going to mount that on a big truck that has more, you know, like wiggly jiggly kind of things, you know, like a big old diesel, you know, they're more rumbly, they go like that. But yeah, and the heat. So when they put it right to the kicker box, it has carpet, and then it, you know, the carpet acts like a coat, so it really heats it up. But guys, that's as simple as it is. I mean, you get the system itself, which is a voltage step up regulator booster, if you will, which will go from anything from 12 volts all the way to 30 volts input. So you can put this on a big rig, a semi, or a 24 volt semi. And then, you know, because they have much bigger batteries and much bigger systems and alternators. So you can put that on a 24 all the way down to a standard 12, which is in your car right now, unless you drive anything smaller than that, like electric bike. You can't put it on that. I wish you could put this on an electric bike. You probably could find a way. All you need is 12 volts in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that maybe there's some way we can hot wire this, and then you can have a power station and charge it. But that would kind of defeat the point, is because you're going from, you know, battery power to battery power when you need it. Otherwise, you got to pedal. We don't want to pedal, guys. You know what would be neat, guys? If we could have this plugged into, and guys, wow, I just had a brain fart, right? So
I don't think that's the right word.
No, it's a brain fart.
Do you have an idea?
That's what I had. Okay, I didn't have a brain fart. I had an idea.
Like
okay.
A brain blast.
A brain blast. Okay, not a brain
fart.
Okay, so guys, what if you were to hook this thing, this input, right, 12 volts, into a bicycle pedaling thing with an alternator built on?
Okay.
Now, being this is a step up voltage, I wonder if that would actually work. Wow, maybe that would be worth a test. I wonder if I can kind of rig up something like that. And then obviously you'd put this down so you wouldn't need as much power, you know, input. Yeah, but wow, XT90s, guys, into a very heavy duty. This is 2.8 pounds according to the scale. I don't know if it's 100% accurate. This feels every bit of 5 pounds. It feels so heavy. Well, probably because it's all, you know, condensed into one. But
according to the Ramblin Bob scale, which is his arms, it feels 5 pounds.
Yeah, it does. Remember, you know what's funny though? Do you remember how I was almost 100% correct on that power station, and they wrote it wrong in the instructions?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were off to about 2.5 pounds, guys. It felt like 50 pounds. I don't know, but yeah, guys, simple as it is. You get the screwdriver to adjust this. Once you adjust it, usually you probably never change it. But if you were to put this from system to system, like, you don't have to permanently install this.
No.
You can use it when you need it.
Yep.
Right? So say you were at a campsite or something and you turn on your car and let it idle, and as long as the car is on, you would generate up to 500 watts. We don't know what it's going to, you know, pull out at, but generate up to 500 watts, because, you know, there is conversion loss. There has to be conversion loss in there. But you generate up to 500 watts into your battery banks while you're camping or something like that for like maybe an hour or two.
Yeah, they say that if you're not using
an emergency
for more than a week, you have to turn off the main switch of the charger.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, yeah. So guys, if you're not using it, yeah, I'm glad you read the instructions. Yeah.
When it's not using for a long time, more than a week, please turn off the main switch of the charger.
That's here. Okay. Okay, yeah. So guys, oh, you know what? I wonder if there probably is, but usually there's a diode that blocks the energy from going the other way.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, you know, guys, if you remember old solar panels, they had, I'm glad you read that. Old solar panels used to not have diode blockers in it, and what that did is, if you left it a very small, you remember like the 1.5 watts and the 2 watts and a 5, the little dinky ones you put in your on top of your dashboard there, and it's like a trickle charger. But the problem is through the night, it didn't have a diode blocker, so the energy would flow from the battery back into the solar power and be wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know that, that's a warning. So maybe there's I assume there's a diode blocker in this because this is a new product, but that's probably just a backup plan. You know, if you're not going to use it for a long period of time, make sure to hit this button. It'd be very simple to do. If you mount this inside your RV or your van or so, you know, even your cabin, wherever you have it, just, you know, easy. When you want to use it, open your hood, hit the button, close it, and then drive.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's an extra step, you know, but who cares, right? Who cares? That's a small step, guys. It's kind of like, you know, when you want the radio on, what do? You turn it on.
Yeah.
Right? And then you turn on your amp. Some people have
you turn up the volume really loud, turn off the car, and forget the next time you get in the car.
And now you're deaf and a dead battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to. But yeah, that's I can't wait to try this, guys. I really can't. XT90. That's a big plug. Wow, that's a big plug. Yeah, all right, guys, as simple as this. You get the charger with the screwdriver so you can adjust the input voltage. That's called the starting voltage, and it won't process any power until it hits that level, whatever you set. You could do 12 volts, 12.5, 13, 13.5, 14, or you can set it all the way to 0, which is 12 volts, all the way down. And now that one, guys, anything on this side at 12 to 12.5, guys, be careful with those settings. Make sure that you turn it off because, like I say, it will knock your battery out. We will, if we haven't yet, we'll upload the instructions. We always do that with the videos, and that way if somebody needs it and they're out and about and they just don't have access to this for some reason, or here's a weird thing, sometimes they'll change models, right?
Yep.
They'll update versions, and then we can go back with the old instructions and see what they changed, because these companies really sometimes do a bad idea of letting you know that, you know, something's been altered or updated.
That, or like you throw them away, you're like, oh, I don't need these anymore. I know
and you're
everything.
always going to need them.
And then you're like, oh, I forgot the one thing, and then you don't have them anymore. You can look online and find them.
Yeah, or someone comes along and you're camping there, and you're like, you know, hey, look at my new product, because everybody does that, right? Right? Even your dad, he's got a new RV, did you know?
I didn't know that.
He got a new RV. So
Did he?
all the time people will call you and say, hey, I got this new thing. Look at all the specs. You know, it's got this much.
I'm just laughing at the fact you're like, hey, look at my new product.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people do that. I think most people do that, you know. I try not to do that too much, guys, because then it lets people know what you have in your vehicle. So I try not to do that too much. But, you know, the excitement gets the best of you sometimes, you know, like speakers. You see a new speaker, you just want to tell the world about it.
Or a new RV.
Yeah, or a new RV, or the amp or something like that. And you just want to tell everybody, say, look at this, XT90, look at that. You know, they're getting better. It's not the cheapy, you know, Anderson power pole anymore, a little dinky thing with the 15 amps. This can hold a ton of power, Holy crapzilla. And you need that because, like I said, this is only down to 12 volts, so you need that extra cable in there with a thick fuse just to make sure. But boy, I got ideas for this, guys. Okay, so you get the charging thing, the screwdriver to set it, you get the heavy duty cable, and the Pecron thing. So that's pretty much the unboxing and the specs for this product.
We did it. It's out of the box.
It is. It's out of the box, guys.
We did it.
All right, I can't wait to start charging and testing this thing, and I have a couple ideas I'd like to test, but we got to wait for that. That'll be the next video. All right, guys, that's it. Ramble on, be safe, and we'll see you here again on Ramblin Bob Reviews.
Bye,
guys.